Hello friends, in this lecture we will continue the last chapter point or last point, robot cell layout. So in that, robot work cell can be organized into various arrangements or different layouts. So these layouts can be classified into three basic types. So first type is the robot centered work cell layout, then second inline robot work cell layout, and mobile robot cell work layout. So this is the first type of layout or cell layout used in robotics, robot centered work cell. So in that robot work cell, so this figure shows robot centered work cell. So in the robot centered work cell, shows in the figure, the robot is located. Okay, so this robot is located at the approximate center of the cell, and equipments is arranged in partial circle around the robot. Okay, means robot or industrial robot is located at approximate center, and all machines or different utilities or facilities or different equipments are arranged in circle around it. In the most elementary case, is where one robot perform a single operation, or one robot perform the operation either servicing a single production machine or performing a single production operation. So initial installation of industrial robot in 1960 were illustrative in this case, for die casting, or one of the very first application for the robot required the robot unload the part from the die after each casting cycle and deep into quenching bath. So other production machines applications require the robot to both load and unload the work part. From some of the application, the cycle time of the machine were relatively long compared to the part handling, or wrong complete to or long compared to the part handling time of the robot. So metal machining operations are example of this imbalance condition. This required the robot to be idle for high proportion of the cycle, and this causing low utilization of robot to increase the robot utilization. The work cell concept, or this work cell concept was developed in which one robot served several machines as shown in figure. So this is the central robot or industrial robot, and all machines are installed around the robot. So this is the supply conveyor, this is the delivery conveyor, and these are the different types of raw materials or finished product. So in that robot work cell or robot work cell design, it centered of the cell or centered work cell, high utilization of the robot. So method of work part delivery, for example conveyor or part feeders or pallets, then install for single robot servicing one more production machines. So in that inline or robot centered work cell, here robot is located approximately at the center of the cell. Okay, means approximately at the center of the cell, and the equipments are arranged within the reach to robot. The robot service the equipment is partially sequence of its operation. The service operations are loading and unloading equipments, means load the equipment or unload the equipment, means load the all raw material on the machines and unload the finished component from the machine. So this is the simply task loading and unloading task performed by industrial robot. So the parts are to be supplied to the robot to perform pick and place operation or loading and unloading or processing operation, conveyor parts, feeder, delivery or pallets are means of accomplished by supply parts of the robot. So discrete part of production such as die casting or machining, plastic molding and other similar production operations can be accomplished by these types of work cell. So this is the important work cell used in robot centered work cell, and this arrangement or circular arrangement made by different machines or utilities around the robot work cell. So an application of centered robot work cell or different application of robots centered work cell. So application of robot work cell in which the robot perform the processes is arc welding. Okay, so in this case the root accomplishes different production operations itself rather than servicing of the production machine tool. So with this robot centered cell arrangement, a method for delivering the work parts into and in or out the cell must be provided. So conveyors, parts, feeders with delivery or different pallets by means of accomplish function of machining and die casting. So these devices to present the parts of the robot or locations or orientation of pick and place. In arc welding, human operators are often used to accomplish the part or the parts unload and load the functions for the robot. This kind of cells or this kind of cell layout for arc welding or uh, this kind this type of cell layout or centered cell layout generally used for arc welding. So it this robot central work cell use high utilization of the robot or method of work part delivery, for example conveyors and part feeders and pallets, then install for single robot servicing or single robot servicing center. So the service operations are loading and unloading the equipments with parts. So this is the exactly location of robot or industrial robot means centered. So robot or industrial robot at the center position and all machine utilities arranged around the machine or circular path in machine. So this is the raw material section or this is the finished product or delivery conveyors. So these are the supply conveyors and these are the delivery conveyors. So robot can pick the object from the raw material or pick the raw material from the supply conveyor and place to machine first, machine second, machine third, machine fourth and machine five for further processing, and unload the finished component, okay, or pick finished component from the machine, okay, and place to delivery conveyor. So pick and place work done with the help of central compute or central robot. So such type of work cell is known as robot centered work cell, means industrial robot directly placed at the center or center of the work cell, and all types of machine utilities or different machines are arranged circular manner around the robot, and robot can directly load different raw materials from supply conveyors, okay, and unload the parts or unload the finished component from machine and place to deliver conveyor. So this is the simply function of robot in robot centered work cell. Means an application of robot centered cell in which the robot performing the process of arc welding. In this case the root accomplishes the production operation itself rather than servicing of production machines. So either servicing of single production machine or performing a single production operation. Initial installment or installation of the industrial robot in 1960 means such type of robots centered work cell established in 1916 were or for the die casting. So one of the very first application for the robot required the load and unload the part or to unload the part from the die after each casting or after each casting cycle and deep into the quenching bath. So this is the first application of such type of robot cell or robot centered work cell in manufacturing sector. So there are different advantages of robot centered work cell, then different disadvantages of robot work cell center, and application for arc welding, okay, for die casting and other types of uh, pick and place, okay.